everybody, it's me, Jermaine, and I'm back with another Simple Truth news update. I came across something today from one of my brothers out there, brothers in the faith, and he put up a news article that really and truly opened my eyes, even the more so, to what is going on out here. Now, I wasn't aware, and the question is, are you aware of the things that are going on from the desk of the President of the United States and how it is having an impact on our day-to-day lives, and it is not being reported by the mainstream media? Well, I want to first make sure that you understand that this is not a specific indictment on one president, because many presidents have done these very same things. And these things that I'm talking about are executive orders. And it goes all the way back to Calvin Coolidge, Roosevelt. It even goes back to Lyndon B. Johnson, Ronald Reagan. And the list goes on and on, all the way up into our current President of the United States and the things that are happening. I'm not going to be specifically talking about an executive order, but I'm going to be talking about the power of the presidency as it pertains to the Patriot Act and how certain things have been allowed to happen because of the Patriot Act that many people are not aware of. And I would urge you and encourage you, if you choose to do so, if you have the ears to hear, the eyes to see, and it is important to you to be informed and have at least a bit more understanding of what's going on, I would suggest that you go and read the different provisions of the Patriot Act and see how they affect you as an individual. I want to share with you this article, and I want you to take the time to listen. Now, this article comes from beforeitisnews.com, and it was back on May 7th of this past year. So I'm going to share this with you. I'm going to read the article in its entirety. It's not too long, and we'll be right back. Well, okay, ladies and gentlemen, here's the article that I was telling you about, and it comes from the website beforeitisnews.com. And the title, Obama serves 14 state governors with warnings of arrest. And why is this not front page news? It comes from May 7th, 2013. Let's get into the article. And here we go. Barack Hussein Obama has served 14 state governors in the United States national security letters, NSLs, warning that the governor's actions in attempting to form state defense forces needs to be halted immediately, or they will face arrest for the crime of treason. The employment of NSLs was authorized by the Patriot Act introduced by George W. Bush. Contained within the section related to these letters, it is forbidden for anyone receiving a NSL warning to even acknowledge the existence of said communication. Obama is angered by the several state governors who have reestablished state defense forces. These forces are described as state defense forces, also known as state guards, state military reserves, state militias in the United States, are military units that operate under the sole authority of a state government. They are not regulated by the National Guard Bureau, nor are they part of the Army National Guard of the United States. State defense forces are authorized by state and federal law and are under the command of the governor of each state. State defense forces are distinct from their state's National Guard in that they cannot become federal entities. Mr. Obama is fearful of these state defense forces in that he does not have control of said forces, and with the U.S. military stretched to near breaking from multiple deployments and theater actions in Iraq, and Afghanistan, these state military forces would be under the direct command and authority of the governors in which states have said forces. In essence, the governors would have de facto control of the United States. Two governors leading this move are Tim Pawlenty, governor of Minnesota, and Rick Perry, governor of Texas. Both of these state governors stated they have, quote, deep fear the president is destroying their nation, unquote. Governor Pawlenty's fear of Obama is that since Obama took office, he has appeased America's enemies and has shunned some of America's strongest allies, especially Israel. Governor Perry has declared that Obama is punishing his state of Texas by dumping tens of thousands of illegal Mexican immigrants into the cities and small towns of Texas. Governor Perry further recently stated, quote, if Barack Obama's Washington doesn't stop being so oppressive, Texans might feel compelled to renounce their American citizenry and secede from the Union, unquote. Obama, fearing a revolution against him by the states, has moved swiftly by nationalizing nearly all National Guard forces in multiple states: Georgia, Alabama, Kansas, Minnesota, Tennessee, Virginia, Louisiana, South Carolina, to name a few. The governors of the great states of Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, and Virginia still have under their command and control the state defense forces to go against U.S. federal forces should the need arise. Also important to note, there are no U.S. laws prohibiting National Guard troops from also joining their state's defense forces. This dilemma occurred during the Civil War, and many citizen soldiers choosing to serve their states instead of the federal government. This is a fluid and still developing situation that warrants close attention. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is utterly amazing how we have a situation where authority is trying to supersede other authority. And the simple truth of the whole matter is because one wants to be more powerful than the others, so it is doing whatever is necessary to hold on to the power for which they believe that they should have, that they desire to have, and they want to continue to have. Understand this, ladies and gentlemen. It does not matter what is going on out there if you're not informed. See, it is important to be informed. Once you're informed, then you can make an informed decision. And once you have the information, it's up to you what you do with the information. So I would just encourage you to be more inclined to gain information and knowledge. And I just want to ask one question. Is knowledge power? I'm going to give you a second to think about that. Now, most of you will probably say, absolutely, answer very quickly. But I have a little secret to share with you. Knowledge alone is not power. However, applied knowledge is power. Take the information that is available to you via the internet and being able to view things in a 360-degree sphere. And then once you're able to look and to weigh out different things, if you're like me and many that I know, you're going to seek the Most High and allow Him to guide you in what you should do. Not a specific person, but what you should do. Then when you find people that are like-minded, then you can come together and do those same things together. I want to thank you for joining me on this episode of The Simple Truth. And as I always tell you, it is the simple things that are oftentimes the most profound. But yet, they're the most difficult to put into practice and to actually do. Again, I want to thank you for joining me, and I'll see you, and I'll see you again real soon.